Welcome to the Historic Daniel Boone Home. My name is Candice and I'm a certified interpretive guide here. Today we're going to be talking about paper marbling. Are you finding yourself at home, bored, wanting a new craft or hobby to do? Well, I think this might be the thing for you. So before we get into it, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history. So actually, marbling has been around since early 12th century, all the way in Japan. It makes its way west, all the way here to the Americas in the mid-19th century. It was mainly used for bookbinding or for the borders on ledgers. It was actually really difficult to forge, so every design was unique, and that's kind of why it was used. But it was also a really unique art form. So below we have some examples. You are seeing both paper marbling and fabric marbling. We've used 100% cotton when we've done the marbling on fabric. But today we're going to show you how to marble on paper. So one of the best things that I've found is just doing a lot of research on it. Books, internet, YouTube videos, whatever you want to use, they're all really great sources. But this will be a great little how-to quick tip vid. So we have all our supplies right here in front of us. You're wondering, where do I need to buy these? Well, they're pretty easily found, especially these tins. You can buy these at any sort of Walmart, Target, grocery store. The only difficult thing, or a little bit more difficult to find, would be these paints. You can't buy them in store, typically you have to buy them online. I believe Dick Blick and a few other stores like that will sell them, but Jacquard Marbling Paints, they sell kits where you get your paint. You also will get Carrageenan and Alum. Carrageenan and Alum are both powdered substances. First, Carrageenan we'll talk about, that is going to be used here in this tin. So this is called Size. It's a mixture of water and Carrageenan. It has a thicker texture, almost a jelly-like substance that you're going to use. It actually helps the paint sit on top. That way it's not going to sink directly to the bottom. This tin just has water in it. We're going to use it for rinsing. And then all these little Tupperwares too you can easily purchase. We have some fun different tools you can use. I've made these out of old brooms that you'll actually use when you want to tap paint into your tin. You can use eyedroppers, which I think I'm going to start off with today. So you'll want to put a few drops in your Size. See how quickly it spreads in there? You really don't need a whole lot of it. A little paint goes a long way. I think we're just going to stick with, maybe let's try red and yellow and see how this works today. You can get some really great concentric circles. It's really up to you though what you want to do. It's all about making it unique and making it for you. And you can use these later and make them into bookmarks or other things like that. Throw some white in there. And today I'm not using white paper. I'm using a more manila colored paper. It's a cardstock. You don't want to use computer paper, it's really thin, so you'd rather have a stockier, heavier paper. And you want to make sure it's coated in that alum we talked about. So you mix the alum with water and use a sponge or maybe a squirt bottle and you coat your entire sheet of paper. You have to let it dry, so you want to do this a little bit ahead of time. Mark the back side of your paper. That way you know which side you're going to put into the water. Now you see here, I have all these dots. I could leave it like this if I wanted to, or I could do something else with it. So I think real quick, I'm going to actually make it a little splattered. We're going to throw some little dots in here, and you see, just lightly tap that brush. You get all sorts of little fun dots in there. And I think, well, you know what? We're going to switch it up. You might throw some little spirals in here. You can really just do whatever you want. I've made some really neat little floral patterns before by kind of manipulating the paints. Whatever seems best. And then you pick what spot that you want to pick that design up, because right now I just have a pretty small sheet of paper. So I'm going to go with this section over here. Lay it down, tap on your paper, make sure you're getting all parts of it not completely submersed into the water, but at least a little bit. Want to pull up your sheet of paper, And there you have it. That is my marbling project. Turned out pretty decent. You want to give it a nice good rinse in that bath that you have next to it. Because you've coated the paper with alum, it won't rinse off any of that paint. It'll be on there. And then after that, ladies and gentlemen, you lay it out to dry, and then it's done. So please put any comments or questions that you might have for us below. Otherwise, thanks for watching and enjoy.